Good morning, everybody. Jan of Jan Hicks Creates here. It is Friday morning here in San Antonio. Whoops, no events today. Yay. 7:33. I'm coming to you early. Does my voice still sound sleepy? I've been up for a little while, but I sound sleepy to myself. I haven't had breakfast. I wanted to get this done because I'm just feeling like I want to get it done and talk to you guys a little bit. So 52 degrees here Friday morning, February 26th. February is almost over, which means, moving on to a new month and my get shit done. No new starts. Pretty much going to be working on the same things, I think, but we'll see. I did get a finish. Today is my What I Learned from Cross Stitch This Week video. And this week I learned that we like big projects. I know there's a lot of people who prefer smaller ones, but for me, there is such a satisfaction in getting something big done, completing all those stitches and finally seeing it finished. And it reinforced for me, well, let me back up. The idea of changing up my lace project, vintage lace, to seasons in lace, and how you guys responded with enthusiasm and excitement reinforced for me that I am not alone in this feeling. So I did finish my Stronger Together pattern, and it is a wonderful little pattern. I am figuring out, I'm just going to do a simple finish on it. Got to get the supplies for that, so I hope to have that to show you in the not too distant future. But it really reinforced for me finishing this so soon after finishing this, how much more pleasure I get when I finish the big projects. And again, talking to you guys about this, it was not only do we like big projects, we like seasonal, we like series. And when you think about it, even like the smaller projects that are series, such as the Little House Needlework series, Kringles comes to mind, the Blackbird Design series, Garden Party, all the different ones that are out there that we adore doing. Once you get all those little ones done, you have a big project like this, and just think of the sense of accomplishment, the feeling of satisfaction when you see it all finished. We like our big projects. I wanted to talk a little bit, I'm not doing any stitching or anything in this one. This is going to be a fairly short one, but I did want to talk to you a little bit. Oh, first, before I forget, before I get into this, I wanted to apologize to those of you who may have tried to watch my video over the past couple of days. There was some display problems for those watching on either their phones. I don't know whether this is true for Android. I've only heard from people with iPhones or iPads. They either couldn't get the video to play, or there was an exposure problem where the lighting was way exposed, way blown out. I did talk to YouTube support yesterday. They said that they were updating the video on their side of things to correct any, I think they said to correct any color problems that there might be. I'm not sure that that's going to solve the issue. They said that it will take 24 to 48 hours, but there are people, I was able to watch it okay on my laptop. So I assume if you're on a desktop, you could watch it okay. That was YouTube within the browser. And I'm not sure about within the app on a smart TV. So if you're having problems, you could try that alternative or wait a couple of days and we will see if the problem is fixed. I don't know what happened. It's a YouTube problem. It's not a problem with my video. Okay, vintage lace. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some changes, the changes I'm planning to make, how I'm going to go about making the other season patterns. This is winter. I've decided the blues mean winter. What I am thinking of doing is changing this pattern up and replacing these flowers, moving these flowers to summer, and making these more like snowflake motifs. What this would mean for those of you who have bought it already would be I would update the pattern, update it in my shop, and then you would be have to log back into my shop, into your account, and then you would just have to download the pattern again, because the download would have the updated link to the updated pattern. So you would essentially have two patterns then. You would have the original, and then you would have the one with the snowflake. So you would be free to stitch whichever one you wanted, right? And then going forward, so I will flip this so that the mandala has its completed half over on the top here. And that will stay the same, except it will be in a different color. So that will be spring. I am going to keep this wavy, lacy thing at the top because I adore this. I'm not sure if I'm going to change these in between and these up here. I probably will. I'm going to change everything else. I may keep these kind of solid dividers here. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep this lacy motif coming down the side. So it will come down, there will be then autumn down here and winter over here, each one flipped so that the mandala lines up. So this line of lace will come down here. When it's flipped over here, it'll be on the far side. It will come down here. This will also reflect at the bottom, so it will be along the bottom edge as well. So that is my plan. Each quarter of the piece will have a different color. I will bring it out in 4 separate designs. When the floss colors are due out from Fat Quarter Shop, they are going to let me know the different colors that are available, and I will choose from the floss packs that they have created for the different seasons. I'm not sure just yet what colors each season will be, but that is my tentative plan at this point. I've started to research the different motifs for the different seasons, and I'm really excited to start designing spring. So spring I expect to be out sometime in March. So the first 2 are going to happen fairly quickly. Summer probably won't come out until June. So summer I'm going to take spring and flip it down. So spring, summer, winter, fall. And then autumn, fall won't be out probably until September-ish. Those are just tentative plans at this point. But I am thrilled that you are as thrilled with this as I am. As I mentioned in my post, if you saw my post, I will continue to stitch this on separate pieces of fabric. And then sew them together, probably with a stitch in between. I am not going to try and line this up perfectly to match the stitches. I will just sew them together with a stitch in between so I don't have that hassle. Now, one thing that I do want to point out that I will be aware of, it will be immaterial to you if you wait and buy all 4, or, stitch each one, but all together on one piece of fabric, because I will compensate for this. But when I designed this, not, of course, thinking about making it into a seasonal piece, there is this row of stitches here. So this is the center point, right? The highest point on this kind of flourish coming up here in this mandala. So this would duplicate on mine. Doing it separately, I will have the high point. But if I did that, I have to make sure when I'm designing the subsequent pieces that this doesn't get repeated, because then you'd have 2 high points in the center, and that's not that's not going to work for the design. That's not how the mandala is designed. Down here, there's actually another row. There's the high point and then another row. So I have to be careful when designing to remove those in the repeat, in the flipped section. So just something to be aware of. If you decide to just buy the one piece and just do the mandala, just be aware that there are those extra rows that you have to take out when you're flipping it. So yeah, that's my plan. Shout out to Myra Webb and Kelly Stadola for giving me this idea. It's one of those things where it's like, wow, why didn't I think of that myself? Too close to it. Can't see the forest for the trees. So I appreciate their creativeness and they're mentioning it to me. I am going to go for it. And I think it's going to be stunning when it's done. So, like I said, just a short one today. I am excited about this. I hope to get, like I said, spring done in March. So keep your eyes out for that. In the meantime, I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you have a lovely weekend. And I hope you enjoy stitching on whatever big or small project you are stitching on this weekend. I will be persevering with hoity-toity quite a bit for today, tomorrow, and Sunday, the rest of February, because I'm going to be getting to I think I'm at 39.5% as of last night. So I'm really hoping to get to 45% before the weekend's over, when I will be going back to Farewell to Anger. All right, guys, that's all for me today. Love you. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.